Hello, 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 and welcome to Trading Made Easy right here on YouTube. I am certainly glad that you found yourself here. So today I want to share with you two ways that you can make trading easy. So if you are a trader in this market and you are struggling with consistent profits, you can't seem to really get a consistent rhythm of profits, you absolutely need to be here whether you are a beginner trader or an advanced trader. The difference between a beginner trader and an advanced trader is consistency. That's it. And so, what I want to share with you really quick is something that I share with my VIPs inside of my 20 pip trading community. I want to share with you because I really want to see you start profiting consistently in the market. And just a couple of tweaks here and there can actually help to make that happen. So before I begin, let me just let you know I am not a financial advisor. I am not qualified to give you any financial advice. I am a fellow trader inside of the market. I may have had more hours on these charts than you, and that's really what separates me. And I have a desire to share in hopes of making this easy. So just keep in mind that trading is risky. You can lose a lot of money. So if you do decide to enter into a position, make sure that you use proper risk management and just learn the other disciplines that's required to be good and consistent at this. So with that being said, what I want to share with you, what you're looking at right now is the foundation of my chart, right? And that is the 62 simple moving average, and I have the MACD. Now my MACD is not the defaulted MACD that's on TradingView. It is the MACD that says 4C. Okay, so it's the MACD. You pull that up. You probably can't see it here. There you go. 4C. Now the settings on there is also defaulted, so you don't have to make any changes there. Okay. Now, what you want to do is always, and let's do this the right way, you want to start on your higher time frame. Now, I'm going to, which is the daily for me. However, I am going to go to the 4 hour because what I want to show you really starts on the 4 hour. Okay. And what you want to do is identify your high and your low relative to your current price. Now, one of the things that I do, I need to see the active candle. And so when I look for the high and low relative to the current price, I'm looking in relation to what I see. In other words, I don't necessarily go further back to try to find a high and I'll try to find a low. If it's in my view of my active candle, I will identify it there. Okay. And so you want to do that. Now, how do we do that? Clearly, you can see it, but one of the methods that I teach is just look left and identify where price stopped and turned around. And when you identify that, drop a line. That is very, very key. So we're going to identify this area right here, and I am going to drop a line. And I'm going to do the same thing for my support level, right? Now, of course, this is a low, but I'm going to go over in here. This is where we see a nice aggressive move to the upside. So I'm just going to utilize that area, okay? And then this is very, very key. The next thing that I do is I take my Fibonacci, or you can take your measuring stick, but let's do the fib. I take my fib and I start from the high to the low, swing high, swing low, right? But it's the high of from the high of the resistance to the low of the support. And then what I do is I identify the 50% and drop a line. Okay? 50%, drop a line. Got too many lines there. So let me take one off, which is this one. And then we're going to remove, well, let's take that off. And then we're going to remove the fib. Okay. And then we'll have our chart the way that we want it. These little key things like this makes a difference. Now you can color code based on what works for you. I'm going to make my 50 white. and I'm going to make my resistance red. Again, whatever works for you, right? So now we have our high, our low, and our 50, right? Now, you now have options, my friend. You now have options. What you can do now is you can trade the 50, right? If price is above or below it, wait for a retest and take it high or low. Or you can trade the 62 and you can do a combination of both. Now, I'm not going to get into all of that. This is what I kind of teach inside of the 20 trading community. But what I am showing you will certainly put you on the right track and make things a little easier and consistent. That's what we're after. We're after consistency. So this will help to build that consistency. Of course, you have to be patient, right? One of the things that are really, really helpful is to put in an alert. You don't have to nurse the charts because that builds anxiety. Put an alert at the areas of potential entry. That's all you have to do, right? And so now that you have that set up, what you're waiting for is a break of the structure. Whether if price breaks above our resistance, comes back and retests the high, then we probability of price pushing up is pretty high, right? Same thing applies for support. Same thing applies for the 50. Now we do know that the 50 is the golden zone. Price will always find itself back at the center, which is the 50. And at the center is where a decision is going to be made. Are we going to break it or are we going to go the opposite way? So there's a decision in that. Now, when you use the 62 in conjunction with that, it strengthens your position. So one of the things that you can potentially do is if price breaks your 50, for instance, okay, it broke the 50 above, it came back, it did retest the high, right? So we're looking at a potential bullish move here. In addition to the fact that price at this point here is above the 62. Anytime price is above a moving average, it's bullish in bullish territory to a degree, and below is bearish, right? So you have two confirmations now. You have the break and retest on the high of the 50. That's one confirmation. The second confirmation is that price is above the 62. That's two confirmations. And then what you want to do, this is golden information, guys. I hope I'm not going too fast, but it's not, I want to get in and get out. Then what you want to do is you want to align that candle, that pullback candle, with your MACD. Now, if you're looking for a bullish run or bullish move, then your MACD you should see your green bars, right? You should see your green bars, and vice versa for your bearish. There's a couple of ways that you can use this particular MACD, but for what I am sharing with you today, this is how we would use it. So now you have three solid, strong confirmations for a buy. And I always recommend, waiting for a little dip before you buy or sell. Just wait for the dip to pull back. So in this case here, this bearish candle would have been your pullback, and this would have been an area that you could have potentially put in for a buy. Would you have suffered some drawdown? Yeah, you would have, right? We wouldn't have seen that, but looking at it now, you would have. That's unavoidable, right? The key is to mitigate it as much as possible, to have as little drawdown as possible. Okay. But clearly it went up. So that's the principle. Set your chart up clean, a crisp, clean chart that allows you to see structure. And then what you want to do is create a framework around price. In other words, we're going to trap price between these two barriers, right? You have done that here. We're at our high and at our low. And as long as price is moving inside and it's not breaking, you have pit potential because you have your center area and you have your 62. If price breaks below the 50 and it's below the 62, you really should be selling. And your MACD indicates bearish volume, which you would see the red bars. You should be selling, my friend. You should be selling. It's that simple. Some may opt to put in a pending order at these areas. So you may say, well, I'm going to put the order in at the 50. Let's take current price. Let me show you how this works. And then I am going to go. So far, if this is giving you some value, if you would not mind, I would appreciate subscribe to the channel so you can get more, like, comment, all that good stuff. You know how that works. So welcome in advance. All right. So looking at what prices, where price is right now, we are what? Below the 62, right? And we below the 50. We did not break the support level, right? So now, this move down is what you're actually seeing reflected on the 62, with it being below that. Now, to position yourself for potential buy or sell, what you want to do is just put an alert at the 50, because it's at the 50 that you are going to come to make a trading decision. See, that's the key. We have to wait for price to get to a certain point, and we know the golden zone is where price always try to get back to, and at some point it always does. So what we want to do is just wait for price at that point. So what you can do is just put in an alert, right click, put your alert in right here. So I'm going to do that in real time with you all. Well, by the time you see this, this will be over, but I'm going to do that. So price is moving up. So we want to put crossing up, right? On the horizontal line, that's the horizontal line. Now, I want price to alert me each time it hits the bar, right? And then, of course, I'm going to just put buy. Just, you can put whatever you want to remember in there. And then you want to go to your notification section. And this is when you want to make sure all of these checks are checked. And then, of course, you can select the sound that you wanted to make. I like the beep. And then I'd select the time frame that I wanted to do. 30 seconds is good enough. And then I hit create and it's done. So now I'm finished. I'm done with the charts, right? Go live your life. Go do whatever you're going to do. Okay. And price will alert you. It's also a good idea to download the TradingView app on your phone so that if you're away from the computer, you still have access to the charts and potentially take your trade. Okay. So make it easy. So these are just some of the tips that I wanted to recommend to you to make trading easy. And if you are looking for a trading family, a community that can give you the support, the training that you need, then I recommend that you stop by the 20-Pip Trading community and certainly join the Trading Made Easy Facebook group. The last thing that I have for you is a free copy of my ebook, 4 Simple Steps to Consistent Profits in the Markets. You want to pick that up. That's also going to help you to create a framework and do things simple and easy. So I hope that this video brought you some value. Stay tuned for the next one that's going to be coming soon, and happy trading to you all. Bye-bye.